Yo, welcome back to another video. I'm UndaSkore, and today we're going to be trying to make a pop song from scratch. Let's get straight into it. Today I wanted to challenge myself a little bit, so I decided to try and make a pop song, which is something I don't really normally do. And let's just see if we can build something that would work for someone like maybe Ariana Grande or something like that. So we're going to start off on the guitar, and I want to get the basic sort of chord progression down on here. Now when you're making a pop song, and to be honest this applies to a lot of music as well, what you want to be able to think is, can this song be performed acoustically? So we're going to figure out the main chord progression, which will basically be like the verse. So we'll start off with an open chord C. It's just a really nice happy chord. So we're just starting off with the C major, go to the D minor, and up to the A minor. And then I want a sort of continuation of that progression, which would apply to maybe the hook or maybe even a pre-hook, something like that. So for this progression, we'll start off with the D minor this time because it's a really nice chord. Up to the A minor, up to the E minor, to the F major. We're only really working with 5 different chords across 2 progressions, but it's already something that has a nice sort of emotive feeling to it, and you could easily just put whatever lyrics and sing on top of that as an acoustic song. So we got the first progression, and I'm just going to copy it over, and we'll amend this one to be the sort of hook progression. And up to the F major. So we've got that second progression, we'll just colour code it. So now we want to start filling out these chords, adding more layers to it, just giving it a bit more of a unique sort of sound. And now look at this, my phone is ringing because people don't WhatsApp me like I always tell them to. So we're just going to ignore that. So what I'm going to do now is start throwing in some of the basic drums to get a bit of rhythm going, a bit of tempo, and then we can figure out what BPM it should be at. So let's just throw in a sort of basic hat at the moment. Now I think next we'll throw in maybe like a snap. Okay, so now keeping in mind that you're going to have a singer on this usually, what you want to do is make sure there's enough room and space for everything. So what I'm going to do now is add a few more synth sounds that are a bit more background, a bit more sparse, come in every now and then, but just add to the overall ambience and atmosphere of the track. Again, we're just going to add in another MIDI track, get another synth, do the similar sort of thing. Again, we're following the chord progression, but we're adding in a few walking notes in between, and that just keeps a bit of rhythm and something interesting at the end of each chord change. just going to add some RC20 onto this synth just to give it some distortion and other cool characteristics. So now in terms of the verse and the intro and things like that, it's coming together. We've got some nice different layers. Next we're going to move on to the hook part because I want to add some more layers using the same instruments we've already got, but sort of different things. Something to that effect. It's just messing about until you find something that sounds nice, and then you can take out the rest of it and leave that in essentially. So now with the Juno, I guess what we'll do is just copy the same sort of rhythmic pattern, but just change it to copy the chord progression. So with the arrangement, I want the verse to have sort of basic drums as they are at the moment, just the hat and the snap. And then when the hook comes in, actual drums can come in, I guess, and then they stay in for the second verse. So you can see as we're putting in the drums here that it's going to be essentially trap sounds for the drums. And that's mainly because when you're listening to modern pop music, it takes influences from what's popular at the moment. For the drum kits that I'm using in today's video, they're sort of the basic ones that you get off Reddit. And then next, just to fill out the main part of the drum loop, I want to add a perk loop. Adds a lot of character to things, adds a bit of syncopation too. Let's throw this in. So you can see the perk loop's really simple and it's sort of like another hi-hat, but it adds a bit of texture to things. So now all the drums together by themselves sound like this. So it's really basic, but again, sort of trap drums. All you really need to do is just glue everything together. So next we're going to do a sort of transition when it goes from the verse into the hook. So we'll just take out some of the hats and maybe leave the snap in just so it keeps that bit of rhythm going. I'll just throw one of those in like so. What I'm going to do now is just go through and finish sort of arranging it. Now we've got a clear section that comes from, you know, the intro and the verse, goes into a hook. Verse 2 will go back to that previous chord progression, but we'll keep the drums in this time. And then goes into the hook again. And it's pretty simple. You just have to configure an arrangement that follows the norm. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Hope that this helped in some way. If it did, please make sure you leave a like and comment below if there's any other types of videos you want to see. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the cool new content coming out over the next month. Otherwise, have a good one. Peace out.
UndaSkore.